Nice. Awesome.
I
I
was.
don't know anything you just said, but I'm fired up. It sounded good. So you guys are fired up, it seems like. So that's awesome. Yeah, my name is Abby, and this is Cookie Monster. And she just will stand down there and cry at me unless I pick her up. So she's not good for anything but being cute, to be honest. But so Nick, I'm going to get right into this today. I really like this topic because I feel like, well, this is not what I feel like. After 6 years, here's what I know: it's hard to stick around without a team. Could anybody probably agree with that? Okay. If we wanted to be in a high ticket retail business, I'd probably go sell a car, right? Or like some houses or something like that. Just selling ketones by yourself for retail is, it can be good if you work really, 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 really hard over many, many, many years of consistency. But this business is all about 10xing your action, right? And to do that, you have to build a team. And sometimes we get really stuck in a rut. And I've been, like I said, I've been here for 6 years. I began the company with like four other guys. And I can tell you, there's been many seasons where I have gone out of bringing in new promoters. And as soon as you leave that phase one activity of asking people to join your business, of casting belief in them, of asking questions, everything starts dying. It starts reversing. It starts going the other way. And so I feel like it's this topic that sometimes is the elephant in the room when people are frustrated, they're not making the money they wanted to make. They just feel like nothing they do is working. Like, well, how's your team doing? Well, I don't have a team. How are you? How are your new promoters doing? Well, I got, Susie and Kim, and they signed on as a promoter. Okay, awesome. Are they getting out 5 and 10 days? Well, they don't have any product yet. Well, why did you bring them on your team? Why did you bring them into the business without product? What are we going to do with that? How do we start growing? And it's funny because I can look at organizations and I can see the very first person who came in and they weren't told to buy a promoter package, or they were not told about the amazing investment that they need to make to be successful here. And every single promoter that ever joined their team behind them never paid for anything more than a promoter membership, and it's never taken off. But I can look at the promoters who didn't have hardly anything. And you can talk to the promoters like that, like Sylvia, one of my best friends, Sylvia, Christina, Katie Rollins. These girls didn't have the money and they started with a 5 or 10 pack. But when they were ready to go, and including myself, I got the money. Okay. There's always a way to get the money to invest in starting your own business. And so that is something I'm just really passionate about, is that from the very beginning, we want to treat our 10-day challenger like they are our next promoter. And everything that we take them through is what they will end up taking somebody else through. So the moral of this story is, if you want to build a big business here, you got to build a team. And then every day, our team and together, we go to work getting people ketones to make them healthy. But if you want to make income here, the more people that you bring on to help get people healthy with ketones every day, the more financial success you're going to have, which is why you opted to join the business and not just be a SmartShip customer, right? Is that correct? You want to make money. Okay. So I'm going to do a screen share. I wanted to make this easy for Nick to just recap it all at the end. And so I'm going to pull this up. I think that I got it. Let's see. Can you see that? Yes, awesome. Okay. If like I go away or you can't see things, unmute and let me know because I'm gonna blow it up and then I won't be able to see the cameras of people. So, okay. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, I'm just gonna go here. Unless anybody, oh, here, simple. Okay, I hadn't done that in a while. All right. You don't have to be a professional at PowerPoint to be able to do this anyway. So, okay. How to create new promoters, a pathway to building a strong team. And I like the word how to create new promoters because this rarely happens. It's happened a few times, but how many people just come knocking on your door and they want to be a promoter joining your business? Has anyone had that happen yet? If you're here long enough and you're consistent and you put it out there, it may happen, but let's not count on it. Okay. Let's go ahead and take forward action to create this because it truly is about you creating a new promoter. When I was asked if I wanted to help build a brand that helped people achieve their better, that was someone else creating an opportunity for me. Okay. So I was actually brought in on the business before I ever was the product. And so it was that belief and that excitement about being a part of the community that actually brought me in. But there's a pathway now that we want to do because we know over 6 years that this leads to replication in your business, which will blow it up. So, how to create a new promoter. This is pretty simple. I just kind of was trying to hash it out today, make it really easy. Let me get this. I want to minimize this screen because I can't see my screen. Oh, crap. Okay. Well, the team chat just came up. Sorry, technical difficulties. Okay, I think you saw it. We've got the 10-day challenge. We've got the interview. All right. We have the connector and we have the mentor. Okay. So let's see here. I gotta go back. Okay. Just want to make sure you got that. The 10-day challenge. Okay. So we're going to start. Oh, I'm sorry. The 10-day challenge, the interview, the question, the connection phase, and then the mentor. Okay. Starting now at the 10-day challenge. We start everyone by the way we want them to start others. And if you are getting somebody on a 10-day drink your ketone challenge and maybe a reboot and maybe a box of cream because they told you they want fat loss, however you get them started is how they are going to get someone else started. So every time you put somebody on a 10-day drink your ketone challenge, and this could also be a 5-pack or it could be a 10-pack, but you're going to have the most success and results if you can we didn't have the 10-day challenge in the beginning, but I'm all about trial packs as long as it gets them at least 10 days worth because you're creating their story. And without a story, you don't have a promoter. So you are training your first potential teammate, and you need to look at everybody that way that you get started on ketones. Okay. We cannot do this business based off of sales, based off of being salesy. And no one probably ever came into this business thinking I am a I probably did, but I am a salesperson. All right. I love selling. I do, but at some point, I put it in a good, positive connotation that because I think everyone's selling everything. And the better salesperson that I can become, the better mom I can become because it's all about selling her to do what I need her to do. Okay. So you are training your first potential teammate and you are helping them to develop their story. If you don't know what a prove it story looks like, go to the YouTube Inspire On channel. Start listening to those. And then every time you get someone started on ketones, I want you to think about some of your favorite Inspire On stories and just think to yourself, I am creating an Inspire On story right now. I am helping somebody who's about to have their lives changed. And when you feel that way about them, they're going to feel that excitement. And when you're helping them with their 10-day drink your ketone challenge, you're in the process of helping them form that story. And so just something you can write down in your notes, and I'd be taking notes right now because for me, if I train something, then it actually comes in here, okay? So I want you to always pretend like you have a large team and you're going to take this content and you're going to go train your team in a smaller group, okay? So we need to be asking, what were you experienced before ketones? What were some of the things you were experiencing before ketones? You felt like at 3 o'clock you had to have a nap. You felt like you just weren't making it through the day. Your body was in pain. You weren't sleeping well. You couldn't control your cravings. Find out what the pain points were. Okay. Then as they're in that 10-day, you're setting those expectations. I have a whole trial PowerPoint too we can get into for what that pathway looks like. But I want to stay on promoter topic right now, because if you don't help them to identify what was, what is, and what they're looking forward to with the power of ketones, then you are not creating a promoter, because a promoter has to come out of the challenge with excitement and a story to share. So you are not just helping somebody right now with their health. If you're wanting to build this business, you're laser focused on the fact that to be successful here, they may not know it yet, but they're going to need a story. We call it their better story. Okay. So you got to help. You take notes. You remind them what their pain points are. You remind them on day 6 that, that they at 3 o'clock clean their baseboards instead of taking a nap. You bring forth, their pain points. You identify things that are happening in their life that are helping that. And you are, by the end of that 10-day drink your ketone challenge, you are creating a loyal SmartShip customer. And sometimes we don't want to skip this step. I had a promoter come to me yesterday and she was super frustrated because she couldn't buy the big dollar deal package with the discount. Okay. And I got in her back office and I was like, you turned your SmartShip off. I'm like, it doesn't matter if you're a promoter or customer here. Everybody needs to be a SmartShip customer, or you don't get the flash sales. You don't get the flavors. You don't get the discounts. And so we never even want, that's the first step, is that they're a loyal SmartShip customer. Because also, if they're not ready to be a promoter now by the end of the 10-day drink your ketone challenge, if they don't continue taking it, they won't continue creating a story. And the story is the promoter. Okay. So that's the goal by the end, is that you are, all right, well, here's your 2 favorite flavors. And now we're going to keep you on it. Let's check in weekly. Let's make sure you're achieving your goals. And so as you're helping their health, you're building the relationship. The next phase of this, and this is happening during the 10-day drink your ketone challenge, is the interview. And this, you can break it down. It's really simple. It can be called the Ford method, but it's asking questions so you can build rapport and find out about their needs and how you can become the great connector. And just picture this. I can tell you about so many people that I really took the time to get to know them during their 10-day drink their ketone challenge. And they came back a year later asking about being a promoter. But I stayed involved in their life. And I like to think of myself, and I want you to think of yourself this way about being a great connector. All right. If I find out they're seeking more in their life and they're having trouble with fulfillment and they're just depressed, I'm connecting them to Jesus. Like I'm looking for people who are looking for him. That's one of my connection points. I connect people to books. I connect people to morning apps that help them get to a healthy place of mind. I help, if it's a mom struggling with her child, I love connecting people with personal development, with podcasts, with apps. I probably listen to 8 to 9 podcasts during the day because I until the day is over, I'm filling white space in my life with podcasting. If I'm not talking to people, I'm learning and I'm building my inventory of being a phenomenal connector. You go serve people in one area of their life, they'll remember that. They'll come back to you for other areas of their life, like their finances, like their autonomy, like my kids are homeschooled right now. I need income. You connect them to one area they need, they'll come back to you for another area they need. Okay. But Ford, you ask them during this 10-day drink your ketone challenge, and I'd recommend jumping on a Zoom with them because you're not going to get a promoter if it's not a personal relationship. The promoter part is not the transaction. The 10-day challenge can sometimes be a transaction from the beginning, but getting somebody in to, I used to be a Starbucks manager. The 10-day challenge is them walking in and getting ready to sit down and take the interview with me. Okay. And in that interview, I'm finding out about their family, prior occupations, what they like to do, what their hobbies are. You are interviewing them during the 10-day drink your ketone challenge because you're collecting data. And so, occupation, here's some questions you can ask. Do you stay home with your kids? Do you have flexibility? Occupation, are you fulfilled with your job? Are you fulfilled with your finances? Recreation, especially women. Women want connection. And so many of us and so many of you guys have been so isolated and locked in. Like, think about what this community has meant to you. Think about the leadership that has provided you with a place to jump on a Zoom during your day and see smiles and see faces without masks and having that support and community connection. Like, people are suffering from depression because they don't have a team. Guys, I'm a single mom. During lockdown, I spent half the week by myself because my family went into lockdown. And like I struggled. And my saving grace was literally working my job and getting to see people. Moms are craving adult connection. My dog is barking at herself in the mirror. She thinks she's on to attacking another dog. Um, but we want to find out about the emotional needs in their life too, because if you've been around this company for a while, I don't know how many of you went on the trip you guys had when we had more, you had your team function. Was that kind of life changing? That fill your love cup? Did that build your relationships with people? How does that feel? Does someone you know need that? So recreation and then dreams. That conversation is probably going to happen on day 5 or 6 if you'll get them on a FaceTime and check in with them. You can ask them that as you're building the relationship. Then the next part, to finalize that 10-day drink your ketone challenge. And these are questions that you can go ask your customers today if you know their goals. I got an action call at the end, I'll give you. But questions, if I could teach you how to get free product, would that help you stay consistent with this? If I could help you learn to do what I do you think that would help you with XYZ? because now you know what some of their problems are because of the relationship you built the last 10 days. And here's the number one thing: if you don't have a vision for them doing it, they are not going to have a vision for themselves doing it. If you can't speak belief over them and identify some of their awesome characteristics or some of their talents or some of the things that you like about them that you think would help them make success here, if you don't speak that over them, they won't see it. And so, number one, we should be encouraging people every day anyway. But number two, like, words can build up or they can tear down. And a lot of us don't have any words coming in right now. So, I mean, I got started because they said my talents could really help build this brand and this business. Ryan James had worked with me in previous companies and he spoke highly about me. I heard him edify me to Brian Underwood and it built belief in me. We need to be encouraging people and saying, you know what, when you're posting, I just really relate with you. There are so many other moms out there like that, and you just lost 5 pounds. And like, you did so good. And I know how good you feel. And I think you're great at just being authentic. And I really think people would listen to you. And I know you're so happy right now. Would this be something that, you would want to do? Would you want to help other women do this too? So I can teach you to do what I do. You'd be phenomenal at it. Like, you have to speak belief over yourself and over other people. Most of the time, people will never join this company is because they don't think they can do it. They don't think this is for them. They don't think they can do it. And people will run from the risk of embarrassment, shame, or failure. And so, really, what you have to be is a connector in all areas, but certainly to their belief that they can do this. Okay. The connector, I kept saying it. You can connect them. Then, from that point to a presentation, you can connect them to a coach. You know what? I just really think you'd be good at doing what I'm doing, but I'm brand new here and I may not have the language for you. But if you talk to my friend who helped me get started with this, I think you'd really like her. I think you'd really enjoy doing what we do. Would you be open to us setting up a Zoom tomorrow morning, just drinking our coffee and getting to know each other? Like, so lighthearted. And if you don't ask that, you don't get new promoters. Like, it's just like, if we're not asking, we're not receiving. We have to ask people, how many conversations did you have? How many customers did you talk to today about giving them belief they could do this? And would they want to get on a call with Nate Justice or Mick and just kick it and just see if maybe this would be a good fit for them, because you know that they were having trouble with finances, or that my friend the other day, her husband is going to get fired if he doesn't take the jab. He's not going to take the jab. He's open. He's looking for a job right now, right? Like, all these situations are coming up and we have to be there listening and be ready with connection. Yeah, another thing I do is I send a lot of Inspire On videos. I'll like a school teacher. Last summer, at the beginning of the summer, I brought in a school teacher. I sent her a Mandy Moore. Mandy Moore. Yeah, it's Mandy Moore. Mandy Mitchell, not Mandy Moore. She's the singer. Mandy Mitchell. I sent her the Inspire On video because, do you think a school teacher thinks that she could play at a high level in a multi-level marketing company? No. Has she ever thought that? No. Can she? Yes. Can she quickly? Yes. It's all belief. Show them someone that go match the hatch and show them someone who's had success here that you think they remind you of. Okay. I sent a couple girls who always like promoting their stuff on Instagram. I've sent them some great Instagram Prove It promoter girls to follow and say, hey, you're so good at your Instagram. She makes 6 figures. Do you think you could do what she's doing? Just getting that out there in front of them. You have to be connecting them to a vision that they can come in and do this. And then we mentor. That's that's the step in getting the promoter. It's an I do, we do, you do relationship. You must put them in action to tell their story and then teach them how to do the play that works and then teach them how to connect you. You can teach them all of this before you actually ever even go sign them up as a promoter. You can teach them how to do this in the process of earning free product as a SmartShip customer. By the end of their 10-day challenge, you can literally be still getting to know them and saying, "You want me to help you get free product today? All right, let's just post a little story out there. And anybody who asks anything, I just want you to," and then teach them how to share the campfire video and then teach them how to connect you and say, and don't answer any questions. If someone asks a question, that's awesome. Say, you know what, I don't know, but let me open up a connection with Mick and he can help you with that. And literally you just taught them how to work this business. And maybe they bring 4 people to you and they've messed it up. And now you can have that natural conversation about, do you want to also get paid income? Right? Do you want free product and income? Could you use some more income in your life? And so then, as a mentor in general in life, they help you set goals. They help you with your belief. We know people don't succeed here if they don't build belief in themselves, if they don't build belief in the company, and if they don't build belief in the product. As a mentor, you're there to guide someone on that path. You're there to encourage them and build them up and get them into action so that they can have success. And then going back to where I began, your mentor shows people the path to success. They show people how to get started right. They teach the pathway so that on the 8th generation or 8th line of their business, people are still coming in with supplies so they can help get ketones out. We're not bringing people in without product, without trial packs. I've yet to see it work that way, but I have seen tons of people come in as promoters and not put one volume on the board. So you are the mentor, you are the coach, get them started right, and then get them into the Go Challenge. That's a whole separate training. And today's topic was how to create a promoter. But that next part, holding their hand, connecting them to a coach and getting them in action on the Go Challenge, what you do to them, they will do for the rest. Right? And we want people to come in and be able to make a financial win in the first 30 days so that they'll stick and they'll teach other people how to do that. So with that being said, here's my call to action for you. Go have 3 conversations and invite your customers having success or someone in your life you already know that has a financial or a need, and get them on a call with a coach. It's simple. Ask questions. Ask questions about life. And people want to talk about life. 3 of them. Or you can go have 3 conversations and invite them on a promoter opportunity call. I know you guys used to, I don't know if you're still doing it, but I will be happy to host one on Monday, September 13th at 6:00 CST. And I just wanted to make that available. But, Mick or Nate, they could do one tomorrow evening. You guys are doing calls every day anyway. Or, Monday here is a holiday for us, or maybe next Tuesday. But having that promoter call and having that on the calendar where you can invite into that, if you were having 3 conversations a day and inviting into that, it's all promoter focused. So that's the call of action. So I'm going to, Mick, I don't know how you want me to do this, take it back to the beginning, or if you're good and took notes.
I only have one problem. I took too many notes for the recap of 2 minutes, so maybe it would take a little bit more than 2 minutes. But now this is the only problem that I have right now, so I think I will be good. So I will do it in French, and then we will take 3 questions. People will unmute themselves. So you can just, I took like a lot of notes, so I don't really need the
Okay.
presentation right now. So you can just close that.
All right.
It'll be good. I like that tap, by the way. I need to do something like that. So, en français, avez-vous aimé? Avez-vous apprécié? Premièrement, oui, parfait, numéro un. Donc, il y a une chose qui m'a vraiment marqué dans les débuts, c'est que tout ce que vous allez faire va être répliqué. Quand on est dans le marketing de réseau, ce qu'on appelle la réplicabilité, c'est ce qui fait en sorte que vous allez pogner le niveau 3, niveau 4, niveau 5, niveau 6, niveau 7, niveau 8, niveau 9, niveau 10. OK? C'est pas compliqué, vous ne pouvez pas tout faire par vous-même, puis les erreurs que vous faites, puis vous allez en faire, vous ne pouvez pas toutes les éviter. OK? Inquiétez-vous pas, on est tous parfaits, on est tous pas parfaits, puis on est tous des humains. Donc, la priorité, c'est d'essayer de créer quelque chose qui va être le plus réplicable possible. Si on parle souvent de 5 puis de 10 jours dans la structure, puis on commence à mettre beaucoup ça, qu'est-ce qui se passe si les gens n'ont pas d'inventaire puis n'ont pas de quittance? Direct en partant, qu'est-ce qui se passe? Un bug. OK? Ça fait ça mal. Ils ne peuvent pas. Direct en partant, il y a une confusion à l'intérieur du cerveau. Une des grosses jobs qu'on fait en tant qu'équipe, c'est d'essayer de créer cette espèce de chemin-là le plus clair possible et le plus simple possible. Si vous ne l'aviez pas réalisé, c'est ça notre plus grosse partie du travail, c'est de garder toute cette aventure complexe le plus simple possible. Donc, comme elle le dit, le 10 Days Challenge, puis il y a un endroit où c'est que peut-être qu'il faudrait qu'on s'améliore là-dessus, là, c'est l'interview puis la connexion. Tu sais, l'espèce d'interview de poser des questions aux gens. Hey, est-ce que ça t'intéresserait ou est-ce que tu es là à marquer des questions? Je ne vais pas nécessairement rentrer là-dedans dans le récapitulatif, mais d'oser poser plus de questions. Je pense que c'est quelque chose qu'on pourrait vraiment s'améliorer. Ensuite de ça, une des premières étapes qu'on fait, puis ça commence dans le 10-Day Challenge, c'est directement commencer à les faire entrer dans leur propre histoire. Pratiquement la faire écrire, OK? Leur poser, encore une fois, beaucoup de questions là-dessus. Puis à partir du moment où ils ont créé leur propre histoire, peu importe que c'est fat loss, peu importe si c'est le focus, ils faisaient des siestes en font peu, s'il y avait de la difficulté, whatever, à faire un sport parce qu'ils étaient trop mal en point, puis là, boum, instantanément ou presque, ils sont capables de le faire. Mais peu importe c'est quoi les bienfaits qu'ils ont eu avec les ketones, ben, il faut qu'ils soient capables de voir la puissance de cette histoire-là. Puis c'est sûr qu'il y a quelqu'un d'autre qui veut exactement la même chose. Tu sais, je ne sais pas pour qui, mais mettons, je vais parler pour Momo, OK? Parce que c'est elle que je vois dans ma face, puis tu ma petite Momo d'amour. Mais tu sais, elle faisait des siestes comme tout le temps, elle était tout le temps fatiguée, elle n'avait pas d'énergie. Bref, je ne veux pas rentrer dans les troubles intestinales puis tout ça, tout ce qui se passait. Mais qu'est-ce qui s'est passé à partir du moment où c'est que à l'entrée avec les ketones, boum, tout ça est disparu, tu sais, quasiment par magie. Boum! Combien de personnes manquent d'énergie autour de vous? Combien de personnes aimeraient avoir ce focus-là? Il y en a tellement. Il ne faut pas essayer d'avoir l'histoire la plus incroyable, il faut juste essayer d'avoir une histoire. That's it, that's all. Donc, j'utilisais la technique de Ford. Moi, la manière que je l'ai apportée, c'est de ne pas juste parler de ketone. C'est vraiment de s'intéresser aux gens, d'être capable de créer des connexions authentiques, pas juste au travers des ketones. Si vous voulez que les gens reviennent 1 an, 2 ans, 3 ans, ou même 4 ans plus tard, il faut avoir été capable de créer ces espèces de connexions-là. Ça, comment on fait ça? C'est dans l'état, premièrement, nous-mêmes. Puis aussitôt que quelqu'un qui a quelque chose qui nous intéresse dans la vie de ces personnes-là, ben, d'aller en discuter, d'aller en parler. Puis ça va être authentique parce qu'à partir du moment où vous connectez sur des points en commun, ben, premièrement, vous avez le goût d'en parler, puis la personne a envie d'en parler aussi. Donc, c'est pas à propos de l'expérience en tant que promoteur, c'est à propos des connexions qui vont avoir été créées. OK? Donc, toujours la connexion avant le closing. OK? Je sais pas comment. J'ai dit un mot hier, je trouve ça vraiment intéressant, que je ne le retrouve plus, mais relation before transaction. OK? Relation before transaction. Fait que la relation avant la transaction. OK? Donc, ça, c'est quelque chose qui est super important. Puis, en 2020 et 2021, on s'entend que la majorité des gens, je ne sais pas, ici, ben, on a quand même créé une belle communauté, puis on a quand même une belle connectivité, mais il y a beaucoup de gens qui sont en manque de ces connexions-là. Ils sont en manque de sourire dans leur vie, comme Abigail l'a dit. OK? Donc, ben, utilisez ce qu'on fait comme une excuse pour créer des connexions, parce que c'est les connexions qui vont garder les gens à l'intérieur de la business suffisamment longtemps pour qu'ils soient capables de prendre leur expansion, pour qu'ils puissent commencer à croire qu'eux aussi peuvent le faire. Donc, les connexions, c'est vraiment la chose la plus importante. Puis, encore une fois, comme à le ramener à la fin, n'ayez pas peur de poser des questions aux gens. Un autre point que j'ai trouvé super important, on n'en parle pas nécessairement assez souvent, c'est d'être le connecteur, d'être la personne qui connecte à la place d'être la personne qui fait tout, qui dit tout. J'ai tendance à vouloir tout dire, tout faire parce que j'ai cette espèce de confiance-là que je peux le faire. Puis au bout de compte, c'est un peu de tirer dans le pied. Fait que maintenant, j'utilise beaucoup plus la vidéo du webcam, même si je pense que je pourrais faire mieux que ça. Ben, encore une fois, si je veux le garder réplicable, si je veux faire en sorte que les gens pensent qu'ils peuvent le faire, ben, il faut que je le fasse d'une manière que les gens peuvent le faire. C'est pas à propos de moi, c'est pas à propos de mon ego, c'est pas à propos de je peux faire mieux. C'est à propos de combien de personnes peuvent utiliser la même technique. S'il y a 1000 personnes qui peuvent utiliser ma technique, c'est signe que j'ai mis mon ego de côté et c'est signe que maintenant j'accepte l'évolution qui s'en vient vers moi. Donc, utiliser la third party validation, utiliser les petits calls comme on disait, le 3 à 5 personnes. Hey Mick, j'ai besoin de toi jeudi soir à 19h. OK? J'ai 5 personnes qui vont être là. J'ai besoin de toi pour parler de l'aspect promoteur puis d'emprunter ta certitude pendant 15-20 minutes. OK, parfait, numéro 1. Go. Il va y avoir quelqu'un qui va jumper. OK? Il y a beaucoup de gens ici qui sont très willing de faire ça. Puis malheureusement, je trouve, on n'est pas assez, vous nous utilisez pas assez. OK? On est vos outils, on est vos esclaves, littéralement, dans ces moments-là. Fait qu'utilisez-nous donc, Sacre Bleu. Comme je le disais dans le call hier, utilisez plus le mentorat. Une chose que les gens ont vraiment besoin, puis c'est pas mal ça après pour le review, commencez donc à croire aux autres personnes autour de vous. Peu importe s'ils ne vous montrent pas les qualités au début d'un champion, peu importe ce qui se passe. La réalité, c'est que, encore une fois, la première personne qui a lancé, ou toutes les personnes ici qui ont lancé un ballon de basket dans un anneau, à moins d'être chanceux, okay, vous l'avez toutes manqué. Ben, la réalité, c'est que c'est exactement la même chose pour les champions. Je l'ai dit hier, les champions ne sont pas nécessairement ceux qui sont les meilleurs, c'est ceux qui acceptent, premièrement, de mettre le travail, mettre plus de travail. Puis souvent, en mettant plus de travail, ben, c'est ceux qui échouent le plus. C'est ceux-là qui vont grandir. Fait que ceux qui commencent, qui échouent, qui font des actions directes en partant, ben, réalisez-vous que leur comportement face à l'échec est déjà un comportement de champion. C'est la chose qui est la plus importante dans cette situation-là. OK? Pour terminer, j'ai pris une phrase qu'elle a dit, c'est les mentors sont les. Elle l'a pas nécessairement dit comme ça, mais moi je l'ai écrit comme ça. Mentors are the ultimate belief creator. Fait que les mentors sont vraiment ceux qui vont apporter la croyance de croire que les gens peuvent y arriver ou ne pas y arriver. Ça, c'est deux histoires complètement différentes, mais les mentors sont ceux qui vont apporter cette croyance-là, cette solidité-là à l'histoire parce que souvent, ben, on l'a fait. Okay? Donc, en l'ayant fait, ben, c'est sûr qu'on va avoir une croyance ou une confiance qui va être supérieure. Il n'y a pas de cachette. Là, Abigail elle a une confiance d'une personne qui a réussi 1 million par mois. Ben, moi, j'ai une confiance d'une personne qui a réussi, mettons, 200 000 dans un mois. Utiliser cette expérience-là, puis utiliser la crédibilité qui vient aussi derrière ça. So, all right, that was the recap. I think I did it like in 4 minutes or maybe 5, 7. I don't know. That doesn't really matter. So I will stop the recording, Happy, and then we will start the questions for all the people that are just listening at the recap. Pour toutes les personnes qui écoutaient le récapitulatif ou qui écoutaient la reprise le lendemain, assurez-vous de faire le call to action et assurez-vous de marquer un petit commentaire dans la vidéo, tout ça, parce que c'est ce qui fait en sorte que nous aussi, on peut voir qui l'écoute avec la reprise. Donc voilà, on vous aime, là, ceux qui écoutent la reprise. On vous aime vraiment beaucoup. On sait que vous ne pouviez pas être avec nous. Donc voilà.